Hello, my crafty friends, it's Trinae, and today we are about to make a memorydex card that is Halloween themed. So for this card, I am taking a memorydex card and I am using the stamp set that I got from Michaels, and I am going to stamp it right onto my decorative paper using some Versa Mark. That is that real sticky type paper that you use, ink that you use for embossing. So I am going to do something kind of like a silhouette for the front of my card. So I am taking that stamping out my tree, and then I am going over it with some white embossing powder. After that, I use my heat gun and I set the embossing powder, and then I kind of just do the same steps with the different stamps. So next I use the tombstone stamps and I stamp them with the Versamark, cover it in the white embossing powder, and then I heat set it with the heat gun. Next, I use the Versamark pen to finish out that like horizon line, I guess you would say, or the ground. And then I go in with the actual ink pad and I just kind of rub it in a downward motion, add some white embossing powder, and then you know what it is, I heat set it. I love watching like embossing powder heat set. To me, it's like mesmerizing. It's so great. Like, I just love it. So now I die cut the tombstone that I am going to be using for the shaker part. So I run that through my die cut, and then I run it through the sticker maker so that it will have an even coat of adhesive on the back. And after that, I flip it over and then I lay the acetate piece onto the back of it. I'm having a love-hate relationship with these acetate pieces. It made it easy that they cut it out, but in the future, if you use them all up, then you gotta go through them and buy some more. I rather just had the die cut piece to do it myself. So they also cut out the foam part, and what I did was I only took off the border part. I did not remove the clear protective on the middle of the tombstone, and I did it this way to protect the acetate piece from fingerprints, and it preserves the shape of the foam. Next, we are adding some foam pieces onto the edges of that tombstone. And the reason I'm doing this because it will sag on the ends if you don't. So the manufacturers of this should have created that foam to go all the way to the end so that that shaker part would have been sturdy enough to kind of hold itself in place. So that is like one of the drawbacks. So Queen & Co., if you're watching this, change out that foam. It's just a suggestion. So then I peel out that centerpiece, and as you can see, it peeled out really easy. And then I add all of the shaker parts. So I'm using some purple stars. I'm using some black beads. I'm using some just small black sequins. I'm using some of this like black stars and the purple stars. I think I already said that. And like, really, I like the starry sequence that they had for this collection. It was really nice. The only thing I added from my personal collection was those was the, what do you call them, was the black beads. I love adding beads in my shaker because it just does something. Also, for the back of, you will see that I cut out the paper using the die. And also I did this because, as you can see right now, I had that negative part of the die cut, but when I put the shaker on it, you could see like where it ended, and I don't like that. So I end up cutting out my own backer piece. So like I said, with the kit, I love it. I love the die cuts, but I wish they would have just created some dies that you could have cut out the back piece and the acetate piece for yourself. It would have made it a lot easier with this kit. That's just my opinion. So next, I am adding some score tape on the back of my shaker part, and I'm adding some Tombow Mono something. I'll leave the official name for it below. or you can find it on my blog in the product list. But it's really great, and I like to double up on my adhesives so that I know my projects will hold. If you live somewhere where there's like humidity, sometimes like adhesive can do weird things, so that's why I double up. All right, so up next, I'm going to take that leftover piece from the shaker and use it as the sticker or the foam tape or whatever for my banner, because I wanted it to sit the same height. And this foam is a little bit higher than regular foam tape, so I just used it. Plus, nothing goes to waste, so really great idea for that. And then I just stick it on there, and it's good. That's it. All right, so at this point, I thought I was kind of done with the front side, or done enough. So I went ahead and started to prepare that black piece that is going to be like the background or the foundation for the car. It's going to give it the weight. So I use score tape, and I used the Tombow Mono to put this glue all over this one. And then I thought about it. I could have ran it through my sticker maker, so you'll see that on the next one. That's what I do. Because of the weight of it, after adding that on, I decided to add 2 pieces of the black 110-pound cardstock to give it extra weight. But you don't see that on camera. All right, so for the back of the memorydex, I am going to do pretty much the same thing that I did for the front. I'm going to decorate it. So I have cut out those little coffins, and I have cut them out in 3 different colors: a gray color, a color that has like these little bones on there, and then a black color. And then I have this little panel that's gray as well that I'm going to write all of my information on. So the cool thing about memorydex is that you write your name, address, and all that stuff on the back of them, so that when you give them to the recipient, they can add it to their memorydex box, or like whatever you add it to. And then they will always have your personal information, so that if they ever want to send you anything, they can. So on the back of mine, I always add my name, my P.O. box. I add my Instagram and my YouTube, which is Becoming Fab. Follow me on Instagram if you're not following. Hey. And then I like to add like something personal about me. So I usually put my birthday, which is December 1st, coming up. Got a birthday coming up. And you also can add stuff like favorite colors, or you can add like random facts. It's 100% up to you. With this one, I decided to add my blog address on there. That's always good, like some shameless promotion. Hey, check out my blog, becomingfab.com. So after I did all this, I did go around it with some gray distress ink. I don't know what happened to that clip. I'm sorry, y'all. It disappeared. Sometimes you think you're recording, and when you're doing this by yourself, it's like, nope, not recording. And that was one of those things that happened. So on all my pieces, I ran them through my sticker maker. So with the sticker makers, if you go around it really, really good, you'll avoid glue boogers. That's a tip from me to you, because glue boogers, don't nobody want to deal with that. So next, I take those gray pieces, and I kind of like just lightly place them in place. This stuff is movable a little bit. If you don't press it down. Once you press it down, it's permanent. It ain't going nowhere. It's really hard to move once you press it down. So I just kind of lightly put it on there, and then once I know I like it, then I press it down hard. So I wanted the casket to kind of have like an inlaid look. So I added those bones in there, and then I build up the surrounding part of it using the other parts of the die cut. So like I used a gray piece, and as you can see, I'm adding adhesive to the little bone piece now, and then I'm going to go over it with that black piece to be my topper piece. So it'll actually be like it's 3 papers high, and then the little bones kind of sit below it, and you're not going to even see the other 2 pieces, but I know they're there, and you can feel it when you touch on the design. It does feel like you're actually looking into a coffin, and you can stack up your pieces as high as you want to with no problem. So as you can see with this one, I did just use that sticker paper, and I put it onto the back of a black piece of cardstock. And then I take that cardstock and I add it to the other piece. So I think some kind of way I just end up showing you me putting the 2 together, but it is actually 2 black pieces of paper in there, and then I have 2 pieces of decorative paper to give my memorydex that added weight that it needs. So I wanted to add a couple of embellishments. So I had these little spider web sequence that I had purchased, so I'm adding that one to the top corner of this side, and because it had like a straight edge and the memorydex has a round edge, I had to cut it out. And then on the front side, I'm actually adding the spider so that the front and the back kind of coordinate with colors, you know, but they also have that spider on there. All right, and there you have it, my project for today. A creepy shaker memorydex. Thrills and chills and all the feels. I love that the shake. I love the colors, and I am particularly in love with the heat and boss background. I love the way that came out. I love the bottom. Like, I don't know, I just really like it. I'm glad I went for it and tried it out. I just think I really like the way it came together. It is a clean and simple design, so if you're more into like clean and simple designs, this is the project for you. It's not a whole lot of fuss, not a whole lot of layers, just good, clean fun. And that's how I like it. On the back, I did include a little coffin, and it has some bones in here. And this is from that, let me just show you the thing. This is from a paper pack I purchased from Michael's. And it was like $3. And I just, you know, created this part with my name and info. Then put a little spider web that ties into the spider over here. And then this is the graveyard. And then we have a coffin over here. So, like, I like to keep my designs simple, but I like to put thought in them. And I like them to have flow. I love for my designs to have flow, and I like from the front to match the back, and everything just ties in well. I really like it. This is really thick, as you can see. It ended up being 2 sheets of the 110-pound cardstock and 2 sheets of the designer cardstock, and then I have like this coffin. I have this sheet, which is another 110 cardstock paper, and then on this side we have the designer cardstock with the die cut, and then I have this tag. So it's very sturdy. As you can see, it's not flimsy at all. It will hold up and stand the test of time, and I really hope that my swap partner will enjoy getting this memorydex. And it shakes. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Alright, you guys, if you want to continue to see how I'm going to use the other dies that I got with this set, then you have to come back. So be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can join the notification squad and be a part of those crafty friends of mine who get to know when my videos are posted, because you guys, my goal is to get to posting. Like, I really miss doing videos every day. No, I probably won't be able to do that right now, but I'm trying to build back up to doing videos every weekday. So bear with me, you guys. We're figuring things out, but that's the project for today. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to share this with your crafty friends, and don't forget that I do have a giveaway going on my channel, so it's linked in the cards up here. Be sure to go visit that video so you can figure out all of find out all of the details to enter to win some Lawn Fun paper, so a Lawn Fun stamp, a $25 Amazon gift card, and some Zig Clean Color Real brushes, and it's going to be the 48 brush set. Yes, I'm hooking my crafty friends up. And you guys, that is it for today from me. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.